Before we begin this unbelievable and mind-blowing journey, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss more shocking real-life mysteries like this. Now let's begin. Life inside a coffin: the man who refuses to die. A mysterious man named Hamis. In a quiet village nestled deep in the African countryside, there lived a man named Hamis. He was not like everyone else. His piercing blue eyes set him apart, an unusual sight among his people. Some believed he was blessed, others feared he was cursed, but Hamis never cared what others thought. He lived a simple life, kept to himself, and rarely spoke of his past. But there was one thing about him that no one could ever understand. Hamis believed that he was meant to live inside a coffin, and one day he did. The day Hamis built his coffin. It all started when Hamis walked into the village carpenter's shop one afternoon and made a request that shocked everyone. "I want you to build me a coffin," he said. The carpenter frowned. "For who? Has someone died?" "For me," Hamis replied. The entire village erupted with whispers. Why would a living man need a coffin? Does he plan to take his own life? Maybe he's cursed. We should stay away from him. But Hamis ignored them all. He paid the carpenter in full and even helped him build the coffin, carefully measuring it to fit his body perfectly. When the job was done, Hamis placed the coffin in his small mud house and slept inside it every night. The man who chose to live inside a coffin. First, people thought it was a joke. "Maybe he's just playing with us," they said. But days turned into weeks, and Hamis never left his coffin. He ate his food inside the coffin. He read his books inside the coffin. He even spoke to visitors while lying in the coffin. The villagers were terrified. "Hamis, why are you doing this?" his friend Yusuf asked one day. Hamis smiled. "Because this is where I feel safe." But Yusuf did not believe him. There was something deeper, something strange about Hamis. And he was determined to find out the truth. The investigation begins. One night, while the village was asleep, Yusuf sneaked into Hamis's house. He had to see for himself what was happening. The door creaked as he stepped inside. The air was cold. The only light came from a single candle flickering beside the coffin. Hamis was inside, his hands crossed over his chest, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling. "Hamis," Yusuf whispered. Hamis slowly turned his head and smiled. "I knew you would come." Yusuf shuddered. "Why are you doing this?" he asked. Hamis sat up inside the coffin and sighed. "Because I am not like you, Yusuf. I am not meant to live like other men." The truth about Hamis. Hamis revealed something shocking. Since childhood, he had always felt a connection to the dead. "I hear their voices. I feel their presence. At night they come to me. And the coffin, it makes them quiet." Yusuf's heart pounded. "You're saying, you see dead people?" Hamis nodded. "They whisper to me in my dreams. They tell me things no living person should ever know." Yusuf felt his skin crawl. "Then why not leave? Why not run away from this curse?" Hamis smiled again. "Because it's not a curse. It's a gift." The village panicked. The rumors spread like wildfire. Hamis speaks to the dead. He's cursed. He sleeps in his coffin because he is no longer one of us. Fear took over the village. Some refused to leave their homes at night, terrified that Hamis would come for them. The village elders held a meeting. "We must banish him before he brings misfortune upon us," one elder shouted. "No," another argued. "He has done no harm. He just wishes to be left alone." But fear was stronger than reason. And so, the villagers gathered torches, sticks, and stones, marching toward Hamis's home. The night of fire. Hamis heard them coming. He did not panic. He did not run. He simply lay inside his coffin, waiting. "Hamis," a villager called out. "Come out and leave this place forever." Hamis did not respond. The villagers grew impatient. One man lit a torch and threw it onto the roof of Hamis's house. The fire spread quickly. Smoke filled the air. But even as the flames consumed his home, Hamis never screamed. He never cried. He never ran. The last thing the villagers saw was the flames engulfing the coffin. And then, silence. The mysterious return. The village moved on. People whispered about Hamis for a while. But soon they forgot him. Until one night, a woman was walking past the old ruins of Hamis's home. She glanced toward the burned-down house and froze in horror. Because inside the ashes, she saw a coffin. And inside that coffin, Hamis was lying there, alive. His clothes were untouched by fire. His body was unburned. And his blue eyes glowed in the darkness. The woman screamed and ran back to the village. But when the elders came to see, the coffin was empty. Where is Hamis now? Some say he never died. Some believe he walks among us, watching, waiting. And others claim that if you ever find an abandoned coffin, you should never open it, because Hamis might be inside, waiting for his next home. Do you believe in the supernatural? If you were shocked by this story, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications bell for more unbelievable real-life mysteries. Like this video if you want more stories like this. Speech balloon comment below. What do you think happened to Hamis? Share this story with your friends. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe now, you won't want to miss what's coming next.